When you launch a software product globally, the international orders start flooding in. You hit $100,000 in international sales on day one. It looks like a massive win for your bottom line. But before those funds ever reach your bank account, your payment gateway takes a significant portion of that revenue through fees that aren't always obvious at checkout. For most businesses, defaulting to Stripe for a global customer base triggers a specific set of international surcharges. Here's how a $100,000 revenue block breaks down. Stripe adds a 1.5% international card surcharge and a 1% conversion fee. Combined with base costs, your effective rate hits 5.4%, costing $5,400. Domestically, it only costs $2,900. Standard international rails double your processing overhead. Optimizing your front-end conversion rate doesn't help if your back-end settlement architecture is losing thousands of dollars to avoidable fees. To understand why this happens, we have to look at the structural difference between Stripe and Airwallex. Stripe functions as a gateway. It's built to process a transaction, trigger a forced conversion, and settle everything into a single domestic bank account. Airwallex is built as a global treasury. Incoming revenue flows into separate, parallel buckets within a multi-currency wallet. It holds the funds in their original form, so you can spend them later without paying for a second conversion. This is possible because Airwallex holds over 90 global financial licenses. This infrastructure allows them to move and hold money within their own network, instead of acting as a software layer on top of legacy banks. By owning the underlying rails, they can bypass traditional banking surcharges and change the unit economics of a global business. Let's look at how this changes your daily operations, starting with like-for-like settlement. When a customer in London pays you in pounds, Stripe converts that revenue into dollars immediately. On the Airwallex dashboard, those funds sit in a native GBP balance. Because there is no forced conversion, you keep that initial 1 to 2% of your revenue. The trade-off is that your finance team now has to manage and monitor multiple currency balances instead of a single total. This leads to the second round, the actual cost of currency conversion. Eventually, you'll need to convert $50,000 worth of that euro balance into dollars to pay your local team. Stripe's FX spread is typically around 2%. Airwallex uses interbank routing with a transparent markup between 0.2 and 0.5%. By waiting to convert until you actually need the funds, you retain hundreds of dollars on every bulk transfer. Round 3 is about managing your outgoing expenses, specifically advertising and corporate spend. If you use a standard bank card or Stripe's issuing program to pay for global ad spend, you're usually paying cross-border markups on every invoice. With Airwallex, you can generate a virtual Visa card that draws directly from those foreign currency balances you've already collected. This closes the loop. You're paying your global ad bills with the same currency you earned, bypassing foreign transaction fees entirely. The trade-off is operational effort. You have to update your billing details on every advertising platform and SaaS tools to point to these new cards. But connecting your revenue collection directly to your card issuing turns your spend management from an expense into a way to protect your margins. Round 4 covers paying your global suppliers and contractors. Traditional wire transfers often cost $45 per payment and can take days to clear through intermediary banks. Airwallex uses local transfer rails that bypass the legacy SWIFT network. Payments typically arrive on the same day for a fraction of the cost, which helps your cash flow and your relationships with vendors. To use these local rails, you'll have to provide more detailed documentation during your initial onboarding to meet regulatory requirements. Efficient global payouts are the final step in removing the friction from international capital movement. Beyond transaction fees, there is a compounding software tax that often catches scaling businesses by surprise. This chart shows how Stripe's modular pricing builds up. You start with base processing, then add a 0.7% fee for billing, 0.4% for invoicing, and 0.5% for tax compliance. Airwallex takes a different approach. Their billing and subscription management software is included in their base plans at no additional cost. On a $100,000 monthly volume, the total cost difference between Stripe's full stack and the Airwallex Treasury model is significant. Airwallex uses its software to secure higher FX volume, which results in a much lower total cost of ownership for you. Transitioning your financial stack is a major project. It requires a structured migration and running both systems in parallel for at least one billing cycle. Here is who should stay on Stripe. If you are a US-based founder selling primarily to domestic customers, or if you're building a complex marketplace that relies on Stripe Connect. If you run an e-commerce brand, a digital agency, or a SaaS company where over 20% of your revenue is international, you're the ideal candidate for a Treasury model. The decision is between the convenience of a developer-first gateway and the capital efficiency of a global treasury. For any business with meaningful international volume, shifting to a more efficient settlement architecture is a direct strategy for reclaiming your margin.